Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing very well, and welcome back to this month's, or should I say, last month's build battle video. I'm sorry, this build battle has been a little bit delayed. I was on holiday for a little while there, but I'm back, and today we're going to be taking a look at the top 8 build battle submissions for February. So the theme was nature, and we're going to take a look at the first 4 builds that were nominated for build quality, and then the second 4 builds were nominated for creativity. Once you've watched the builds on this video, head to the link in the description and then you can vote for whichever one was your favorite. And the first build is by Dry Friend, and they've built this beautiful little scene here. It feels like I'm in some kind of Hobbit, fairy kind of adventure land, but I really like the style they've gone for here. This one is a little bit different in the sense that it looks like it come out of a fantasy book, some kind of fairyland or something with these mushrooms growing, and just the overall aesthetic. I really like it. Super awesome. Alrighty, the second build in this category is by Encrypted Inferno and Illuminality. They've built 3 of these little shacks or buildings. Each one has a windmill, which is super awesome. And it looks like the buildings are integrated with the nature. It looks like they've kind of been overgrown. Plants and trees coming out of each one. Then they're built into the rock side, so it's like an integration of a house and nature. Really awesome. Alright, and the third build in the build quality category is by AlexGamer_707, and they have built this little scene here. Now, keep in mind, it's a little small. I think that comes down to lack of part limit, but what they have built is built really well, and that's why it's in this build quality category. And it just feels very relaxing, and the waves are even moving up and down, which I thought was a really cool little touch there. Bringing everything together, it looks like they've worked hard choosing all the different lighting effects and which sky and the color of the base plate, and everything really comes together really well. So that's why this one has been put into the build quality category. It's really well made. Good job. Alright, and the final build in the build quality category is by Haze Aphids. So you walk in and you think, what is going on? The real magic happens if you come around here and you step on this little plate. There we go. And I really like the effects they've used here. For a second, I thought they'd used particle emitters, which was crazy because obviously that doesn't exist in the game. But yeah, it just looks amazing. It's really atmospheric. And there you go. There is the 4th build in the build quality category. Super awesome. Let's move on to the creativity category. So there are 4 builds in this category as well. And these 4 builds have been chosen because we thought that they were built in a very creative way. They've taken a good spin on the theme of nature. When you take a look at these ones, try and decide which one you think was the most creative. I mean, generally they're built pretty well as well, but we're trying to find which ones are the most creative. So up first is this one by Frosty Blizzard. At the start, it looks like a pretty typical nature build, but you start to see they've got these little ramps, and what they've built here is essentially a mountain bike trail, which I think is super awesome. You've even got a guy up there doing an awesome trick, which is super awesome. Look at that. And yeah, there we go. That's the first build. It's a mountain bike trail, which I think is very well fitting with the theme of nature, but also super creative. Like, I would not have thought to build this. Alright, the second creative build we've got is by 29 Fonds, and they've built a steeple of nature, which I think is super cool. So look at this, we've got a whole tower built around the theme of nature. It's a tower, which I don't know, I guess we don't get too many of those actually submitted. And so yeah, that's what they've built, and it has all the things that you would normally expect in a tower. It has little button sections, you got to go and unlock different sections. It's got parkour sections. Obviously I'm right at the start, so it's pretty easy at the moment. And so yeah, there we go. That's the second build in the creativity category. We've got a tower of nature, or a steeple of nature, I should say. Super awesome. Alrighty, this third build on the creativity category is by Good Isn't Good and 7 Kyler. And this one is amazing. This one was really close to getting on the build quality category as well, but it ended up going in the creativity category because we thought that the idea of nature taking over a building, which is what this is, nature has completely taken over this space, which I thought was a really creative idea. So yeah, overall, really well built and very creative as well. Good job, good isn't good. And 7 Kyler, you've been nominated in the creativity category this month. And finally, in the creativity category, the fourth and final build is by Orange 975. And similarly, but kind of different to the last one, they've gone with the nature taking over a place that was once inhabited by humans as their interpretation of the theme nature. And this one's super awesome. I think it's meant to be kind of apocalyptic because you can see these vehicles that have been completely abandoned, and this shop looks like it's been completely raided of all its supplies. And so yeah, I think this build is super awesome with the nature taking over the buildings, kind of how it actually does look in places like Chernobyl nowadays. So I think that's a really cool interpretation of the theme, and that's why this was also nominated for the creativity category. And there you go, those were all the builds, and if you want to vote on your favorite, please head to the link in the description, vote on Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.